Why do I get nervous sitting in front of a camera like this? Hello, welcome to this very new series I'm doing called Cosplay Tea. It's kind of like a more sit-down style series about cosplay, conventions, stuff like that. Speaking of conventions, that happens to be today's topic. As of recording this, last weekend was AnimeCon and Con Holland. Both two very big names, big conventions in the cosplay world. And I actually went to AnimeCon myself, so I wanted to talk about it. For a long while, I actually wanted to make more convention vlogs. I did this like once, but then I realized I'm very awkward with filming around people and filming around my friends. Maybe I will get back to doing that style of video in the future again. I don't know. I think this is way more in my comfort zone. I decided today's today because I have a lot to talk about. A lot of stuff happening with conventions and just the cosplay world in general. So let's talk about it. First off, AnimeCon. I actually went to a 3-day convention for the very first time and actually went for the full 3 days. It is Monday right now, and I am so tired. It's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. I thought I would be dead on the floor, but I'm alive enough. Okay, so back to AnimeCon. There were a few lectures on wig styling basics and advanced. Those were actually my lectures. I was a guest at IbariCon, and one of the organizers of AnimeCon was actually there, and we talked a bit about lectures. And we're like, would you like to give a lecture at AnimeCon? I was like, yes, of course! They gave me this very cool badge. It has my cosplay name on it, and event guest, and it made me feel so professional. So my first lecture was on Friday, which was the first day of the con. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit nervous because I have never given a lecture before this. I've been to other people's lectures, but this was entirely new for me. I got to my own little tent I was giving a lecture at, and there were a few people from the staff helping. They did a great job, by the way. Thank you so much to the staff. You guys were awesome. You guys helped me out great that weekend. Thank you so much for that. In the end, I gave the lecture. People seemed to like it. There were people who said they were coming back for advanced the next day because they enjoyed it and they wanted to learn more. So I was very happy about that. But then right after my lecture, I also signed up for the cosplay lip sync battle. It was right after my lecture. So I was also kind of in a hurry. I was kind of stressed, like, oh my god, I gotta make sure I'm on time. And I wasn't late, so that's nice. I could just do my performance, which also had some issues. I made this whole background video I wanted to play, but it didn't play correctly. People liked my performance either way, and the judges also liked it apparently because I got first place somehow. I was shocked. I don't know how that happened, but I'm very grateful. Thank you to the judges. The other contestants were also like super nice, by the way. Everyone was so supportive of each other's acts, and it was also just so fun to watch. I love like little competitions like this. Of course, I also do bigger competitions sometimes, like at Dutch Comic Con and stuff like that. I love participating in those as well. But doing something smaller like this for a change was also very refreshing in a way. The cosplay competition duo acts were happening. So I also went to see that. I actually know a bunch of the cosplayers who participated, but just every single act was so great. I can say the same for the solo on Sunday, which I also watched. Everyone was lovely. Chef's kiss. You can just tell people really try their best for this competition. So much love and care went into these costumes and acts. It was just, I was sitting there just in my feelings like, oh my god, these people are so talented and it's making me so happy. I love this. I couldn't help but feel so proud of all these people, and I'm so happy these cosplayers are going to representing the Netherlands in these wonderful international competitions. Okay, and then on the Sunday, I was just walking around. I didn't have any lectures. And I actually brought back an older cosplay of mine, Kakyuin from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And I was pleasantly surprised because there were quite a lot of people who recognized my cosplay. I was mostly just walking around and watched the ending ceremony. Just to summarize AnimeCon, it was just a great experience in my opinion, honestly. Everyone was so nice. The vibe was just great. It was lovely. And it also wasn't too busy. For me personally, is nice. However, for the organizers, isn't the best. And there's actually a reason for this. This is because Con Holland was in the same weekend. Which of course it happens more often with conventions. Editor's note, Con Holland just announced their next date and it's the exact same date as Fantasy Fest. It is the 4th time in a row they planned their convention at the exact same date as another convention which already announced their date far in advance. I'm not going to point any fingers, but I do think it is strange that this has happened 4 times in a row now. I wasn't there, so this is just from what I've heard. And I know there's a lot of people who did have a great time at Con Holland, so don't attack me. Stuff wasn't really planned well. Astarian's voice actor, I'm pretty sure he was supposed to be there both days, but then he could only make it one day. But they still sold the same amount of photo tickets, so the queue was insane. I've seen videos of it, and oh my god, there were so many people in queue. They didn't really give the actors a proper break from what I've heard, so that's not really great. You know, even though they're famous people, they're still human beings, just like you and I. They do deserve to take a break at like a convention weekend because it's intense. Again, I know plenty of people who had a great time, and I'm so glad they did. I'm just a bit worried about the amount of complaints. I do hope they look at the complaints they got and actually do something about it. And then there are also rumors about another convention. If you are a Dutch cosplayer, you probably know what Tomo Fair is. Tomo Fair Utrecht is actually trying to rebrand to Japan Fest. People are saying this is probably because of the backlash, the drama they have been getting into lately. It's so sad to see that there are so many like messy things going on surrounding recent conventions. I just really hope it gets better for the rest of the year. I just want to have a nice place where we can be together with the community and just have fun. There's just so much love and passion in the cosplay community, and everyone is still trying to have a great time and being so supportive of each other, and it's wonderful. I really hope the cosplay community just keeps growing and keeps being as amazing as it is. Okay, so this video is completely different from what you guys are used from my channel, so I'd really love to have some feedback of what you guys think. If I should continue this series, what you guys want me to talk about, and just your general thoughts. Maybe about just everything I talked about in this video. Before completely closing off, I do want to mention AnimeCon once again. They're actually currently asking for donations because they are completely non-profit, and because of the lower amount of visitors this year, they are actually financially struggling. So they might not be able to keep organizing AnimeCon if it keeps going like this. So if you would like to support AnimeCon, you can actually do so in the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching this very first episode of Cosplay Tea. And hopefully until next time.